All right, my dear.
I was wondering if you could tell me the story behind writing the song Mommy and Daddy.
Oh, that took me forever.
And,
Sorry.
and second part of the question is, do you have a favorite monkey song?
Well, the story of writing Mommy and Daddy, I'm not a prolific writer. I've only written a few songs in my time, and I wish I could sit down, every morning and at a piano or a guitar and write on, like an assignment. I wish I could do that, sometimes, but I just can't. I have to be, something's got to trigger something and inspire me. And I write a lot of songs in my car and driving along. I don't remember what it was specifically. I had a piano in my, house, and I sat down and I started, I'm part Indian, and this part. And just the bottom of this right leg. I'm part Chickasaw, and I don't remember something I might have read. You know what? I think it might have been back in the 68 or something. There was a bunch of Indians in I think it might have been like Oregon, or Washington State, near Seattle or something, and they had all been arrested for protesting fishing rights. There was something between them and the government about the right to fish their tribal lands or something. They'd been fishing, in this particular area for 1,000 years. And there was an issue, and they got arrested. And somebody came to me in Los Angeles and said they need some money to be bailed out. And I guess they knew I was part Indian, and so I can't remember. It was a lot of money at the time, like $15,000 or something like that in '68. And I put up the money, and they were very grateful, and I bailed them out, and they sent me, some beautiful Indian artwork and stuff like that. And I guess that might have been the inspiration for that. Ask your mommy and daddy what happened to the Indian.
Thank you. All right, last question.
Thank you.
Micky, the 1960s were an incredibly creative period. The people responsible for these incredibly creative music were also crazy. And I wanted to know if you have a brief story that you're allowed to say about any crazy individual
In the 60s.
that you might have celebrated with.
So he wants to hear a crazy story from the 60s.
Tell me about some crazy moments.
Tell him something crazy you did, like when you got naked with Frank Zappa in the pool, that whole kind of thing.
I think that what happens over a period of time is every era has its crazies. And every era has its moments. And what happens is that after decades, it all gets distilled. Like they talk about the roaring 20s. Well, it wasn't all roaring. But what happens is over a period of time, the crazy stories and the extreme stuff tends to get passed on through legend. It happened in the 50s with Elvis Presley and with the Hells Angels and with and it happened in the 40s with Frank Sinatra and the Bobby Soxers and the Monkees and the Beatles. It's not a new phenomena. Every decade or so it happens, and there'll be stories. There'll be somebody like you, sir, that 20, 30 years from now will be saying to Justin Bieber, "Wow, that was really crazy, man. Can you tell us a crazy?" Well, it ain't that crazy. There's a lot of normal stuff going on too, but it gets. It's true. I mean, every generation, has it going on. These days, of course, it just gets much more publicity because of the distribution of information.
That's actually
that's what
very
happens.
true, because back in 1970 something, and she wrote this in her book so I could say it. I got arrested for shoplifting with Maureen McCormick, Marcia Brady. Now, it's true. We just were bored one afternoon and we had like klepto camp and we went to the Northridge Mall. But the truth of the matter is, nobody ever heard about that till now. She put it in her memoir book. But if it had been now, that would have been front page news, you know.
Well, it was. Who just got busted?
Yeah, right. Oh, was it Lindsay again? Or?
Somebody really rich and famous got, you know. What happens is after decades, you know, it gets passed down. A lot of it just becomes urban legend, and it just gets passed down. And then those are the stories that tend to stick in people's minds, not the boring stuff like, well, I went to work and came home. Which is usually what happens. It's crazy. Go to work and you go home.
Well, you guys, all I can say is you've given us such a gift. You were so generous tonight, and a rare occasion tonight. Insight into your